That's what they used to say in the late. Roll it, Rushy.
Right, Rob. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone at home and abroad and all across the universe. Welcome to sort of a comical but with a serious side Cheltenham preview 2021. And no crowds in at Cheltenham this year, folks, but we still hope to have a lot of fun watching them and cheering on our horses. Remember, if you're having a bet, don't go mad. Keep within what you can afford within the budget. And we're going to start with the tomorrow, Tuesday.
How on?
Yes.
Before
I suppose we need to introduce ourselves here. We're two funny looking boys here. We're called the Cowboy Punters, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Duke, and this is the man with no name. So
ladies and gentlemen, normally there's a lady does these wee things with us.
Yes.
But she has already flew out to Cheltenham.
She's on a plane at the minute, yeah, all sanitised and sorted.
And we'll not know till the morning whether she's running or not. It all depends on the ground. Because if it come in soft, she would never go through it. She'll likely be pulled out at this minute in time. And she can be back as quick as you say.
We'll have to wait till the morning for that.
What about
there's another man down the road from us here. He lives near her in a place called Lisnaweary. He wants serious tips. He needs money. He has got a big event in Texas coming up next year that he needs to help to pay for.
He has to cover that event.
Well, help to cover it anyway.
Well, we can cover the Irish event. We can make a lot of sandwiches for that.
Yes, the home event.
The home event.
Organise a bit of entertainment.
Oh God, we can, and Camel's tin soup and that, you know.
Alright, let's get stuck into the racing now to see what we can make of Cheltenham here. The big race tomorrow, of course, a very famous race in Cheltenham history, the Champion Hurdle. And the reigning holder of the title is Epatante, who's trained by Nicky Henderson. And a lovely, one of two very, very good mare female horses in the race. The other is Honeysuckle. They're joint favourites at the minute. Epatante was a very easy winner last year, and then first time out this year in the Fighting Fifth Hurdle in Newcastle. Very impressive, but was beaten by our old friend Silver Streak in the Christmas Hurdle. Now, Nicky Henderson thinks he has Epatante back to full fruition for this big task tomorrow against Honeysuckle, the Irish horse, who's ridden by Rachel Blackmore, a great Irish female jockey, and Goshen, who returned to form last time out with a big win at Wincanton. But I think Silver Streak can run a tremendous race here. Good each way odds, and you never know, could be staying on in the soft ground when many have called it a day. What do you think about the champion?
You should have been a politician, boy, because you're rambling on there by Jesus for half a week.
I'm just setting the scene.
I can tell you, we're not going to go for hot pots.
Well, that's why I'm talking about Silver Streak.
Hot pots. Well, then throw in Sharjah.
Oh, Sharjah, an Irish horse. Mr. Mullins.
Mr. Mullins. Yeah. We're not backing anything under 10 to 1.
No. So maybe the two against the field. Sharjah likes to be held up at the speed. Silver Streak likes to be up at the pace. The two of them could maybe come through to fight it out.
He'll come through Sharjah like a knife through that homemade bread we make there.
But Silver Streak might just take a look at him and say, "You're not getting past me, boy. Where do you see up the running?"
Have we anything else there for the morrow?
Now, go on. The opening race is another very good race, the Supreme Novices Hurdle. What do you appreciate? The favourite, quite a hot favourite, well fancied, but you have a horse you fancy for it.
I have a horse I fancy strongly, but and this will clear any bills you have for the week. Blue Lord.
Blue Lord. Each way.
Not at all. On his nose.
On the nose. There's some good horses in that race, folks. Soaring Glory and Ballyadam, but fancy here from the man with no name is Blue Lord. I haven't told them about our big coup at the weekend. A horse called Lanardan.
Should we put that up? Hey. Should we tell them that? Because they'll be in touch with us all the time looking winners.
Well, that's right. Well, we got it from a good source. But good win. We don't back up any winners now, so it's good to have a winner.
Aye, but you might as well tell them about the other.
Aye, what a double.
Aye.
You
If
picked
they,
it out.
if they want to get in touch with us, how do they get in touch?
Also, we'll release the details in due course.
www dot.
Yes.
Ah,
The man with no name, but we'll get all the details for any of the people who wants to get in touch.
well.
So you're happy with Blue Lord?
Oh,
And
I.
then there's a very tricky race. It's the biggest field tomorrow. 22 runners in the Boodles Novices Hurdle Handicap. Now, you think there's a great nap forecast where you can do a reverse forecast for who comes first or second in either order.
Yes, it'll go down.
You're thinking of
St. Sam.
St. Sam and the forecast then.
What do you call it? Busselton.
Bustleton is right. Two
Yes.
good chances we think could be a
But
forecast.
I think Sam will win it now.
Strong fancy and Bustleton to maybe chase him home.
Yeah.
But we each way horse we're thinking of folks as well at a very good price, maybe 22 to 1 or 20 to 1 and around that. Zophenian, an Irish horse called Zophenian, and to be ridden by the former champion jockey Richard Johnson, who also has a good mount in the Ultima Handicap Chase, the third race on the card, called I Right. Made a wee double in Johnson tomorrow, Zophenian and I Right.
Well, what about our nap of the day tomorrow?
What do you want to put up as your nap?
And there's ones listening over in Aussie,
Aussie land, America, everywhere.
Texas, England.
England, London.
Young O'Connor's listening in England.
Oh, aye.
And this could put the holidays over for any of us. Put your shirt on, put anything you have on.
Easy now, don't be you get them to go mad with batting. Just keep it within budget.
No plunge on this.
Ah.
Ross Canna.
Roxana on the mare's hurdle.
Roxana.
Yes. Roxana's up against some good horses in the mare's hurdle, but this man fancies it.
Yes.
Very good. Well, I'm going to put up a good big each way nap of the day. Back it each way, folks. And because you might get the first 4 places for some bookies. And I'm going to go for our old friend Silver Streak.
Yes, Silver Street.
Yeah, because
We better go on to the second day.
we go on to the second day. And on Wednesday, the main race is the champion. The main race is the champion chase, but we're not going to delay too much in it. We think maybe Chacon Pursuer is
No,
going to
go
win
on,
that.
bypass that.
Yeah. So the Carl Cup on Wednesday is a big handicap, 2.5 mile. There could be 22, 24, 5 runners in it. We're sort of thinking of 3 well-priced horses for this.
Yes.
The one I would fancy was a very impressive winner at the at the Dublin Racing Festival at Leopardstown in the first weekend of February. A horse called Heaven Help Us. He scooted round the turn boy like a greyhound and went clear. He could do the same tomorrow. But then there's another couple. You fancy one?
I fancy one, and then it'll get me a pair of boots out of it. It's Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristo, who's trained by Nicky Henderson, I
Aye.
think. Good chance.
Oh,
And then there was another man, the producer here, we'll call him. He has a fancy for one.
he hasn't sound.
Desert Diamond.
A shrewd boy too.
Oh, God. No mug.
Hey,
No mug.
the hair and a ponytail.
Yeah.
What are you after?
He's the man. He's a tactical
Yes.
producer of this whole thing.
Oh, she's keeping the whole thing right.
Oh, aye. But there's 3. There'll be big prices then. You might get the first 5 or 6 places in that race.
Yes.
Each way. So remember, Desert Diamond, Monte Cristo and Heaven Help Us. And we'll move on then to the Thursday.
Yes.
And there's 2 big races, I suppose, the Stairs Hurdle and the Ryanair. Now, the Ryanair,
Oh, well, that's...
I was thumping the carpet here last year. I fancied a horse strongly for it called St. Calvados. He cruised and he cantered in behind on the inside. The jockey moved him out going to the last. He jumped the last, but he was beaten a photo. He's called St. Calvados.
And he's not under 10 to 1.
He's
No.
been 9 to 1, 10 to 1, even 11 to 1. I think he could do it this time.
He could.
St. Calvados. But of course, Willie Munns is 3 or 4 now.
Aye, sure.
But we'll give it a whirl with St. Calvados.
I have one.
What one for the Ryanair?
No. For the Stairs Hurdle.
Oh, have you for the Stairs?
Oh, I think he's a nap. Fury Road.
Oh, Fury Road. I got the producer helped us with that too.
Aye. Oh, he's a shrewd boy, the producer.
Now, the good horse, second favourite, Tyne Hill, is injured, is out of the race. Former winner, Paisley Park. He's the favourite. Tough horse, but not much value in terms of
No
odds.
good at
Last year's winner was Listigar Oscar. Is in it again, and could be a dark horse again.
No, never do back to back.
Hey, mate, And then the storyteller maybe each way, but the main fancy would be Fury Road.
Fury Road.
He's in a couple of other races, but hopefully he'll go for this here.
Yes.
Keep an eye out for Fury Road.
Ah.
And then St. Calvados. And then another very open and competitive race is the Pertamps Hurdle Final.
Have we won on that?
Well, the favourite is Imperial Alcazar. A lot of people talking about it.
Ah.
But we fancy maybe a horse who has Cheltenham course form, and he was a nice third to Imperial Alcazar, and he's coming along nicely. He's a horse called Come On Teddy.
Come on, Teddy boy, that's the one.
And we'll be cheering that. Come on, Teddy!
Teddy
Come
boy.
on, Teddy!
Hey, I'll tell
Hopefully he'll be
you.
surging up the home straight and wins.
Listen, take a look at that there. So that's war, right? Can you catch that on the camera?
This carpet gets a lot of battering, folks.
That's where we'll be down on our knees.
The ups and downs of having a wee punt. Remember, you're only in it for fun. It's only to be enjoyed. Don't get into it too serious.
But we'll be beating them horses, boy.
Well, we'll be beating ourselves in the carpet.
Ah, you know, we'll be beating them on the screen now.
Because the horses are great, lovely animals. And a great sport. Now, on to the Friday, folks. From the Texas tipsters here.
Here, but there's a nap for Friday, but we are going to back again it.
Are you?
You know that big punter there? Cash.
Oh, Mr. Clasty, Eden Clasty.
He is one.
He fancies one strong,
Aye.
in the Triumph Hurdle.
Aye, but I think we'll get one to beat him.
Well, his horse is Tritonic, I think.
Well, can you pronounce her, boy? She begins with a Q.
Oh, Quilixios
Quilixios, boy.
has good form
What are you at?
and is really prepped for the race, and we fancy it to run a big
And
run.
if it's heavy ground.
We'll go for it. We'll go for Quilixios.
I trained by that doll, Denise Foster.
Oh, yes, yes, good chance we think, but it's a good race to Triumph, some good horses in it. Now, we're moving on, folks, to the big one, of course, itself.
Oh.
Well, the race before the big one, the Gold Cup, is the Albert Bartlett Hurdle.
Have we won there?
It's a 3 mile, very open novice hurdle. Aye, I'm just thinking what we could think to do in that one. Oh, aye, there's a big outsider that the producer and us was chatting about earlier. It's a horse called Pat's Fancy. Pat's Fancy, be 40 to 50 to 1 maybe.
Aye, Paddy's Fancy.
Paddy's Fancy, aye.
Big good right enough, aye.
It's a wide open race. I'll throw a lock of quid each way in it for the crack.
Oh, God, aye.
And see how we go. Now, the Gold Cup itself is the big one of the whole meeting. The big race on Friday to close the meeting. Only a couple of races after it. What do you think? Albion Fota is going for 3 Gold Cups on the row for Ireland and Willie Mullins. But there's some nice horses in here. Champ and a Plus Tar.
Aye, well, I have another nap there now.
Have you?
And if you all tie my naps together, I'll tell you'll be rich after this week.
Well,
Follow the man we no name, and I go for a Plotard. Is it French?
A Plutard, aye.
Ah,
Well, he originally
French.
come from France, but he's trained in Ireland. of
France,
course.
surely.
Won the big, sort of like one of the big Christmas races at Leopardstown. Stayed on really well.
Oh, I nap him.
Aye, what about our old friend, a bit each way on the horse that landed a big coup for us 3 years ago? Remember that?
That's right.
Native River.
Oh, aye, so we plunged, we set the price down on him.
Oh,
Oh, aye.
With Aussie visitors home that day, and we're all here, and
We're still living on the profit of that.
okay.
Yes, we are, aye.
But fancy that inside out.
What are you talking
Native
about?
River.
Here.
Now, he's obviously 3 years older now, and he's maybe not as quick as he was, but he's a great stayer. If it comes up soft for Friday, if there's more rain during the week, he could have a great each way
And
chance.
we'll beat that carpet again, boy.
Yes, well, better. And listen, folks, it's only for a bit of fun. Remember the punting. Only bet what you can afford. Enjoy the crack. And listen, maybe we have put people in the right direction with some of the tips. Maybe we haven't, but there's only a bit of fun, only a bit of crack.
Oh, that's right, aye.
So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Enjoy the betting, and we'll see you soon. The Cowboy Punters, the man with no name and the Duke. God bless, and bet safely, folks, and bet for fun. See you soon.
And there's one thing you need to do, folks. Putting all the coding aside,
Yes.
punting or whatever you are doing, remember one thing. keep our country.
If we can't keep our country, keep our rock and roll.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
And how do they get in contact with us?
Oh, well, the producer will organise that for us. The producer will organise.
Oh, it'll come up with the Cowboy Punter.
Yes, aye. We'll organise that. We'll get a marketing campaign going and get the whole publicity campaign going.
Yes, because our campaign is to get a right lock out to taxes.
Well, that's it. We've got to fill as many planes. Hopefully you'll be able to fill planes at that time.
We want to fill a lot of flights to taxes.
A big happy event in taxes.
222.
It's good to look forward to a happy event.
Aye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to the producer, thanks to the man no name, and I've been the Duke. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
And safe home.